Hey everybody. This video, I've got to do it because with the way I smoke, I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. And I've had a lot of people in the last just month questioning my belief in God and questioning God all the way around, saying there's absolutely no proof of a God. If you believe that, then I got one thing for you to, I ask you one thing. How do you explain me? Explain me to me if you think there is no God. Now, I got a lot of new people on my channel, so I'm going to give you my testimony. I'm going to turn a long story into a longer one because I get off on other subjects. I hope you hang in there and listen to it. I'm going to start about 12 years ago. Well, I got to go back further than that. You guys know I've told you guys that in a lot of my videos, I've had lung problems and heart problems since I was a kid, baby. I was born with them. I was born with it, and I'd been through 3 heart surgeries and these were, I had to be awake, and while they're doing it, I'm sitting looking at the same monitors they're looking at, and I'm seeing the inside of my heart as it's beating and I'm alive. I went through that 3 times. I was let's see, when that happened, I was like 40 years old when I had to start going through these surgeries. Well, they couldn't fix it. They spent 40 hours and 3 different operations working on me, and they could not fix it. So they put me on this pill called Sotalol. Now, I want everybody to know I'm not giving you no medical information. I'm not telling you what you should do in any way, shape, or form. I don't want my story, to get my channel taken down. I'm telling you what I did. You got the most of these, or half of the people that watch me in the shadows, think I'm a dumbass anyway. So, they put me on this pill, Sotalol, and I was on it for almost 20 years. I mean, it's been 2 years now since I've been off of it. Down in Tennessee, about 12 years ago, something happened to me. I don't know what it was, but I got sick, bad sick. I ended up going to the doctor. They did a bunch of tests on me. They told my wife, "Lord, he's in bad shape." I ended up losing like 80 pounds in 9 months. It didn't matter what I ate. I could eat straight cake and ice cream all day long. Couldn't gain a pound. I'd lose weight. Well, in the test, they found out I was, at the time I got real bad anemic, which what they said was I was bleeding somewhere internally. So they needed to do some things, and they did some things that weren't operations, things they do to men, they'll never do again. But they went upper and lower, looking and up, looking to see if they could see any bleeding. We couldn't find any bleeding. Nowhere. But I'm getting more anemic and more anemic and more anemic. They started me off on some kind of pills to raise the iron in my blood. That wasn't doing no good. They took at that time there was a little pill about that big around, looked like a big horse pill or something, and they had a camera in that damn thing. Now at the time, you had to wear this box hanging around your neck the whole time after you swallow this camera. So it's taking pictures as it goes through your entire digestive system. I swallow this camera. I go through all this. They looked through my entire indigestion system and couldn't find no bleeding. But I'm getting worse and worse. And it was getting to the point I had to go down and sit with the people that was going in for chemo for cancer. I'd go in there and sit with them, and instead of having chemo pumped into me, they were pumping iron into my body. Iron. Because I was so anemic. I would go in there and sit for an hour while this stuff was pumped into my body, man. I was sick, dying. Finally, they told my parents, my wife, everybody that his organs are going to start shutting down, so you guys might as well just start planning a funeral. My entire family, all my cousins down there, everybody thought I was dying. I thought I was dying. There wasn't no doubt. My uncle he has a church down there. It's a Church of Christ church, and he is a preacher there. And a lot of the people that go to that church are family members of mine, blood side. And I love them all. Just some of them I can't have nothing to do with no more. But when he was watching me just get farther and farther down, and he went into his church, got them all to pray for me. The church praying for me. People, it was like a flip of a switch. Kind of woke me up. I was fine. I was feeling good. Went into the doctors running all these tests on me, and they're going, man, everything is, you're fine. We don't know. They don't know. They didn't know what. That was 12 years ago. 3 years ago, when things started happening and things were being forced, I knew this was going to be a major problem for me. And even with the things that was coming down from the top, had medical exemptions in it. But I knew it was still going to be a problem. I started doing videos and everything. I started doing me being attacked because I couldn't wear a mask, because I only got 30% lung capacity. That's it. 30%, folks. That's it. Where you got 100% or 80%, I got 30%. I'm not putting a mask over my nose and mouth. And I knew this was going to become a problem, especially with the doctor's offices. Now, like I told you, they've had me on this soda law for 20 years almost like 18, 19. My lung doctors didn't mess with me. They still gave me everything I needed. I didn't even have to go in. Excuse me, folks. They know what's wrong with me, and they weren't going to force it. And my wife works for them. But my heart doctor now, that was a whole nother ball game. They had me on those pills for all that time, and this doctor was at that time demanding that I come in for blood test to see if the Sodadol was doing any damage to my liver or kidneys or anything. She wanted to draw blood. And I said, well, that's fine. I'll come in for that, but I can't wear a mask. She said, oh, no, you can't come in my office without a mask. I told her, I said, lady, and this was a female doctor. And I told her, with my heart problems and my lung problems, and only having 30% lung capacity, if I put a mask on my face, it could throw me into a heart attack and kill me, or I end up in a hospital that I don't want to be in. She said, yes, I know that. And I said, can you meet me out front? I said, I'll come up out front, have your nurse out there. She can whip a bottle of bad blood out of my arm out there, and you can take it and do what you want with it. And she goes, no, You got to come in the office. I said, well, I'm not coming in there without a mask. He said, then I'm not going to write any prescriptions for you anymore. And I'm no longer your doctor. I said, what? She actually told me that she was told if she let anybody, not just me, but anybody in her office without a mask on, she would lose her medical license. That's what my own heart doctor told me. So I knew I was done. I didn't have any more. Now, they told me for 20 years I'd die without it. I'd die. That was 2 years ago. Now, this pill, I almost guarantee, kept me blowing up like a balloon, buddy. I was riding 230, 240 pounds again. I mean, I was that side after I got on these the first time, and when I almost died down in Tennessee. Well, I haven't taken them in over 2 years. I've dropped down to 165, and I'm feeling, I mean, I can't breathe, but I'm still feeling better than I ever have in a long time. In a long time. And at one time, people, when Obama was in office, I was a prepper like you wouldn't believe. I had $50,000 tied up in everything and it was all strapped in a military trailer, and I was pulling it with a Grand Cherokee. I had everything. I even had stored up these pills, and I was sweating. Shoot, when if stuff goes bad, man, I won't be able to get these pills. I'll die, because that's what they told me. And I was trying to stockpile those as well. I didn't need them. I lost all that weight, but also on top of it, I don't drink any caffeine. I don't drink no Cokes, no coffee, nothing like that. I drink water. Sometimes every now and then, like I did the other day, I bought a Coke and I drank some of it because just to have more than just that watery taste, flavored water in your mouth, it's something different. And I used to live on that stuff. I quit. I don't eat. I changed the way I eat and things I drink, and I changed a lot. And the reason I did is because I was begging God to tell me, please tell me, what am I going to do when I finally realized they weren't going to write me no more prescriptions. And I was begging him to tell me what to do. How am I going to get through this now? And he finally sat me down and said, listen, when are you going to take your faith out of man? Look me in the eyes, people. I want you to see this is true. When are you going to take your faith out of man and put your faith in me? I said, you know what? I'm all in. There ain't nobody going to take me out of that now. Nobody. There is nobody on this earth, nothing on this earth, that could ever change my mind on if there's a God or if there isn't. If there isn't, explain me. Explain me. I love you guys. That's why I tell you this stuff. Maybe you can learn off of it. Maybe I can learn off you. So put in your comments what you think. We all learn from each other, folks. We all need each other. Everything else is a waste. Love you. God loves you too. Till the next one.